And we're live. Hello. We are continuing on with our little run of FTL, saying I am cautiously optimistic about how this will go. Because I've got a good loadout so far. Just trying to find a comfortable way to position my mic here. I brought down all my podcast equipment to the strike so people could use it to make video stuff. So I'm missing a ton of my things, but yeah. So let's take a bit of stock about what we've got. We've got burst laser, heavy ion, heavy laser, and hull laser 2. So we're missing a few things. I don't think our ship has any augmentations, which is a bit of a problem. It would be nice to have a burst laser 2, another one. Transporters would also be helpful. Engines are actually pretty good right now, and I don't think it's worth upgrading anymore. Door systems could be upgraded, and if we get one more weapon subsystem upgrade, then we can afford the hull laser 2 to be on instead of our heavy ion. So okay. Piloting I haven't upgraded, and I'm honestly unsure about whether or not I should be. The distress signal is coming from a small space station orbiting an uninhabited planet. Their satellite defense system has gone haywire, and the repair crew can't approach without being fired on. They're looking for some help. We can help with this, but we will take damage from this. We will use our ion weapon system to disable it, and we just got ourselves a whole bunch of scrap. So we're well on our way to getting that weapon upgrade that we need. We don't need our missiles, so even more scrap, which is awesome. I am a little cautious over our fuel supplies. We're only at 3 fuel. Speciality. Okay. I feel like sometimes if you go to these events where it's like, we can do this for you, or no, if you decline it, sometimes they'll just attack because you've offended them. So we'll just accept that, because why not? The oxygen subsystem I never really upgrade. It's only good when you've had it disabled and you really need to bring back your oxygen to your ship. Zoltan study, sometimes this can go poorly. It makes more sense if you have the crystal pod. We will do that. Just some extra scrap, and we do manage to find a store, which is lucky. Let's take a look at what they got. So nothing great. Would be better for our shields, so it could be worth buying another crew person. $45 plus 50. So we could afford Marcus and the shield charge booster, but then we won't be able to afford our fuel that we need. And there's only 3 fuel, which is not great. Other options is to sell something, but I think we go for the crew person and fuel, and we'll save the rest of our cash for other stuff. Shirai, as much as I like them, having the extra shield boost will be really helpful, because I think that will enable us to... Where is it? 30% faster recharge while manning shields. While at the store, the shield charge booster only gives you 15. if you had both, you would technically have your shield recharging at 45% faster than normal, which makes it kind of worth it to consider selling to buy that. But, you know, up against some enemies, they just send missiles through your shield anyway. Pirate ships lying in wait. We will go after its shield subsystem because they will get damaged by the asteroid field. They have a lot of stuff here though. Do not like the look of their... Oh, took that down 1 second too late. Okay, but we can see the damage that that's able to do. Could be worth it to get the fuel, but I think we can still... It's hard because at this point, fuel is really the thing that we need. So let's accept that. We can deal with that. Alright, we can do 1, 2, 3 more jumps. Hopefully we get more ships. Okay, intruders. A young mantis is in a charred uniform, has teleported onto the deck. He begs for sanctuary from the Engi. We will keep ourselves a mantis, I think. Oh, we didn't even get him. That sucks. Okay, let's figure this out. Doors will go over here. We still have our burst laser and heavy ion going. We will likely go and take down their drone subsystem. Okay, so took down one drone, which is great. And let's send this after the shields. Okay. Awesome. That laser they have there, I believe, is the glaive laser, I want to say. And I'm pretty sure that is one of the most powerful lasers that you can get in the game. So that is a thing. But as you can see with this breach, this breach thing that we have, heavy laser, we're really able to do a lot of damage to their systems, which makes me really want to get the hull laser online. I think that's kind of essential at this point. Heavy ion is great, but I think doing more damage. Engi vessel captain appears on screen. Strange bug. Can you assist in debugging? Okay. Okay. Found malfunctioning mantis. Believe it is human. Will receive input only from human. Danger evaluation extremely high. Provide assistance. So there's a good chance that we'll lose a crew member from this, but because this is going so well, I will look this up. And let's see if we can sort of calculate what our chances are here. So the mantis calms down. Okay, so you could end up losing a crew member. So our job is to return him home. I think we have a pretty good chance of getting the Mantis on our side. But will we return him home? I don't know. Oh, I feel like I've actually feel like I've been through this situation before with this too. So it continues on. Mining colony graciously accepts. Ask if they can take a look at your engines. They can upgrade our engines, but I think our engines are pretty well upgraded at this point. That could be good though, because the engines cost like 75 scrap. But if we're gonna go with our Gambit, oh, that's nice that he's a repair specialist. If we're gonna go for a crew teleporter at some point, then we are gonna need a Mantis on side, so that could be helpful. And nice, we got a store, so let's take a look at that. Crew teleporter. Let's do it. So we've got ourselves a new upgrade, and I will send him, and I will send Shirai over there. So we've got ourselves a pretty strong crew for the teleportation system. Got that powered up, and upgrades for it lessens the cooldown, which means you can bring people home faster. Still want to be able to get those weapon systems online. Let's see if there's anything left to buy here. Drone control, we don't need. Fuel, we could get more. We will get repaired when we go to the new subsystem, the final area, so I'm not too worried about that little bit of damage. But let's see. You can dock with it. I guess we rejected that, that's fine. Sometimes when you dock with it, it says, oh, it's about to explode, what do you do? Oh, just avoid it. Oh, crap. Oh, that's too bad. We could have gotten more people, but that's fine. Hopefully these people don't want to fight us. Okay, cool. So we've got two more sectors to go. I'd rather not go to the Mantis homeworld just because I don't want to have to deal with borders. And we're really going to have to focus on going to as many systems as possible in order to get as much scrap. But we're going up against tougher ships now, so that's going to be interesting. We gotta fight. Dread Pirate Tuco. Okay, let's go after their shields, and we're just gonna use our regular strategy. We will use our crew to kind of go repair stuff while they're not. Okay. Okay, quite annoying. Let's make this weapon, make sure this weapon subsystem is offline. Snuck that shot in there. And I think we should be good. Ooh, nice. Lots of scrap. Thing I hate about having the what's it called system? The teleportation system is that I never know when to send crew over. Mostly because, I mean, I could get sensors online. That would be more helpful, I think. Though I do want to upgrade doors at some point too then. The issue I have is that I'm always worried that I'm going to blow up the enemy ship while my crew is there, and then essentially you just lose them. And then essentially you've made that, you know, basically useless. This is a bit of a challenging fight. So they have 4 crew. I honestly think that these 2 could handle this. So it could be worth sending them over. The drones are probably the most damaging thing that they have over there, so we will do that. And at the same time, we'll go after shields. Okay. It's challenging doing this because now it's like you have, you know, kind of like 8 different things you're focused on. Okay, so that's one of their crew down. Their ship is on fire. I also, again, do not want to actually blow up their ship. So we can just keep the fight going and focus our weapon fire on different systems too. Because eventually... Yeah, okay. Ship go silent. Oh, nope. And we get our crew back. And that worked out really nicely. And I think you can see that, and this is why the strategy is so well used, especially in the early game when you get the Mantis ship. It works well because when you start sending Mantis over, or even humans over, especially humans or Mantis, humans gain skills faster than other races. So when you send them over to fight, they become faster and better fighters quicker than others. So you end up getting a more, like a better fighting force faster, even though the Mantis crew do a bit more damage. So yeah, we can take the heavy ion offline. And now we have our hull laser on. So now this essentially gives us 3 shots per round. And now that we have 3 shots, now we can use our heavy laser to really kind of pinpoint shoot things. And then when we go up against a flagship, we'll use our crew to take down the individual weapons. So I think we've got a pretty good shot now. -2 fuel. That sounds like a bad trade, not doing that. Okay, okay. It seems like they need to take possession of the enemy ship intact. Teleport offered to board their ship, okay. They quickly scan the ship and say, it appears you could help. A bandit has made off with some very important cargo, though I doubt they have any understanding of what they stole. We need you to capture the ship intact. Agree to capture the ship. So I think I've done this one before. So now it's a quest marker, and essentially they want us to go. Oh, so I have to go bop, bop, down. That's kind of crappy. They essentially want us to go over, kill the crew, and leave the ship intact. Slavers, not a big fan. They have their own crew they're sending over, essentially the same people who are on our team. So where are they going? They're going to our med bay, which is a really dumb place to zip over. But ideal for us. It's too bad they didn't stay in there. Okay. They just sent a huge volley over towards us. We will see where that lands. Everything missed, which is beautiful. And I will fire everything at their ship. We're just gonna wait. That's a stroke of luck a little bit. I'm going to accept that offer just because I feel like we were starting to get a bit overwhelmed in that fight. So okay. So that kind of worked out. That honestly was one of the more powerful ships that I think we've encountered so far on this map. And we end up getting a new crew person, which is kind of cool. So we've got the ability to repair pretty fast now. And I can actually put this guy into doors. So we've got a pretty stacked crew at this point, but we will have to do our best to take down the ship without killing everyone, or I guess with killing everyone in it. So let's do this, and we will send them to the weapon subsystem, maybe to here. And we'll see how this goes. It is going to be a tough fight. I really hope I didn't screw that up just now. Okay. Difficult. Because they have their... shit. Difficult because they have their... Ooh, okay. Not good. So maybe what we'll do, because they can't attack us essentially now, which is great. I will just, I guess, set their ship on fire. And hopefully they won't be able to deal with the lack of oxygen. So this could work out. I don't know. It's a good chance this won't all hit. I could end up blowing it up. Yeah, I did. Oops. Oh my god. Oh, their ship's just gonna get blown up. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Shit. Damn. Wow, that was going really, really well. Damn. Poor Poke Union. That's okay, though. Well, that's just sometimes how it go. Disappointing, but not unexpected. Sometimes I wonder if I should try Into the Breach. Maybe I'll download that and give that a go. I don't know if I can actually change what my window's looking at. I think I can. Yeah, I can change it. Maybe I'll give that a go. That game is a bit different and could be more fun, honestly. Okay, well that's the thing. I was playing that game, I was playing FTL earlier and I was kind of like, I don't know. I was a bit like, well, you know, how to describe it. I'm just like, okay, well, it's a bit like, just a little frustrating. So maybe I should play a game that's a bit better. Just want to make sure this isn't streaming my desktop at all. And let's see if I can get... Do I own Into the Breach? I do, but on Steam. Okay. Haven't really talked about union stuff today, but I was down at the picket again at 2180 Young Street. It was a good day today. A bit different. Fall is here now. It's cold, right? Cold as hell. So no more wearing shorts. I guess now it's gonna be all wearing ooh, 2 different music tracks now. I'm gonna switch windows. Maybe this will work. Hey, look at that. Goodbye, FTL. Hello, new game. It's a bit loud. Okay. Turn it down even a bit more. Down at the picket again. Had some good conversations with people. A lot of well-wishers. People keep giving us stuff, which is really nice. Like, they gave us, like, nice fruits and things like that, and food. I think someone brought us a whole thing of Cinnabon. And if you've been to Yonge and Eglinton Station, where TVO is, you go to the station, and that's all you can really smell is the Cinnabon that's in there. So... I think it's a little silly that the Cinnabon is actually behind. It is, yeah. The Cinnabon is actually behind where you have to pay for tickets to get in. So, if you want to go to the Cinnabon there, you essentially have to pay $3. Never thought about that until just now. The things you think about while you're on strike and your brain is kind of idling. Anyway, well, Into the Breach is like kind of like FTL. It's from the same developer, Subset Games, 6 years later. And I have a profile which I have played where I've unlocked a lot of different squads, a few different squads. I could even unlock these guys if I wanted. I really enjoyed this game. I thought it was like very, very good. And let's see, okay. So this does have some stuff unlocked. Maybe I can delete a profile. Let's call this what's a good thing for this? Strike. Woo. Yeah, sir. Strike force. And we have indeed sent out strike forces as part of our union efforts as well. And like those people who go out on those people are like very, very, very amazing. Anyway, Into the Breach is kind of like well, Humanity Destroyed. It's more like Advance Wars meets chess. While FTL is like frustration meets my brain imploding. Essentially, you unlock these time travelers after a little while playing. And you have to upgrade your mechs as you play. You can unlock different squads as well. And it looks like there's actually more squads since I played, so I think the game has been updated a bit. It looks like there's like a pseudo Vex squad. It looks like a squad that focuses on like poison. So it's very, very interesting that the game's different from when I first played. So I need a win. You know? I'm going to go for easy mode because why torture myself more? This timeline will be a Vec graveyard. So this is the Archive Inc. Incorporated head office. We're doing all we can to protect the refugees, but we need your help against the Vec. We'll assist you with some of our old Earth artifacts if we can. Combat simulation. Would you like to do the simulation? Nah, I'm good. I think I played this game enough. So the idea is that you do the fight. So in this one we have to destroy the dam, which is a fairly quick thing to do. Okay. Hit them hard and fast. And you do this while trying to protect essentially these towns from being destroyed. So, you know, it's very important to learn how to manipulate enemies and kind of move them around. So for instance, we have to destroy this dam. That's one thing that we have to do, but we also have to prevent this guy from firing on the city. So essentially we can do a couple different things to do that. We can also undo our moves, so nothing's ever really set in stone. I don't know if I've played this though, like using this MacBook before, so I don't know about if double click. Yeah, double click undoes. Yeah, there's multiple things that we can do to kind of fix things, but yeah, essentially we don't want this guy firing on this town, so we can go for that. We can also reset the turn once. That's something that we can do. We will go for destroy dam. That puts us in water, but it also destroys this one Vec unit that was going to show up. So that kind of saves us. And we go for... This guy floats, so we can't damage it. You can put the Vec into the water, I should mention that too. But no can do. That's a pretty successful turn, I like to think. So we've got two of these annoying spitter enemies. But we can take down one fairly easily. This guy is a little hindered just because he's kind of out of the way. He's also waterlogged, so he can't attack. So we will move him out of the water. He does 1 damage, I think, and we can take a hit. So essentially what we'll do, move him here, knock him into the water, and we'll do 1 damage. It would be better if we can get rid of that green guy, just because he is... can't punch anything. I can punch the air. He is going to do 1 damage, which is fine, whatever. Oh, so I didn't see the secondary objective, which is blocking the Vex spawning. I haven't been doing that. Oops. I could block 1 here, but you take 1 damage doing that, so... We can probably do the 1 thing, but we won't be able to do the second. Which is too bad, honestly, because I feel like if you want to get the ultimate prize on most maps, you have to do both objectives. So, but that's okay. I'm not going for perfect right now. So this is fairly easy. 2 damage. Move out the way. Okay. And I think that's it. We can't, yeah, we won't get the second star, which is whatever, doesn't matter. So yeah, that's essentially how you do. Our nature preserves on the surface were destroyed during the fighting. There's little left of the region. At least the Vec are gone now. I honestly don't know why they get you to destroy the dam. As far as I remember or recall from stuff, it's essentially a good idea to keep dams around, I think. Anyway, artillery unit is really important to have kind of in the back areas here, where you have a lot of room to kind of go around and essentially attack from a lot of different angles. These two units are essentially kind of similar in power. They both have 3 hits. This guy does 1 damage and knocks people away. This guy does 2 damage and knocks people away. So it's both. It's good. The challenge that we have now is that guy's going to do that. But we can do... I think this should work. It shouldn't knock the train across. Yeah, so that's good. And then, yeah, you can also knock guys into other guys, which is helpful. A major issue I have is sometimes you can end up losing units. And that essentially ruins the run. You don't want that to happen. So we got 2 people here. We can knock him into the water. I can kill him in 1 shot. And we can knock this guy back 1. It is prudent to try to block the Vec from coming through. Not always possible though. And sometimes, honestly, it's good to avoid blocking. Oh wait, that's not gonna work. Okay, we might have to rethink this turn. Because this guy is not a... I don't think... Yeah, he's not a massive unit. Okay, so we're going to reset that. So yeah, just the operation order has to change. So this is still a good move. If I shoot him there, he'll go up. But then if I shoot here to remove him, then I'll take some damage. So sometimes you have to make kind of weird plays too. So essentially, he'll take 1 damage from me. Or I'll take 1 damage from that, but, you know, essentially it saved the train still. Also worth mentioning is that the train... What's kind of cool is I'm not sure where to see the turn order. Here's the attack order. So yeah, if this guy was 1, before him. He's faster, so he's 1, and that's 2. You could take this guy, or him, shoot him up there, and if he was 1, he would attack this Vec, and then you would essentially, you'd win, basically. But I think this is fairly simple in terms of what we do. Kill this guy. See how far we can go. Yeah, that should work. So we'll kill him. I'll move this guy over here. Shoot him over here. And then we're gonna punch the guts right out of him. And I think that's it. And honestly, this is probably the first time I've ever actually done save the train properly. Kind of weird, but yeah, it's good. So right now, this is a lot of these white, I guess they're called corporate reputation. I know a company that has a bad one of those right now. Satellite launches. Okay, this is a fun one. Ugh. Yeah. The white reputation allows you to buy things like reactor cores and stuff in like the next sort of turn. So at the end of this area you can buy more, so it is interesting that you can get like upgrades that way. So that's a fairly simple move. We will try to keep let's see. We will try to keep the Vec count down, just to ensure we're not dealing with too many bogeys. With the satellite launch, the way it works is that they okay. Yeah, you have to be careful because the satellite launch in those red areas, you can see the skull and crossbones, excuse me. Anything in that will be destroyed. Repair 1 damage. Okay, we can do that this turn. Okay. It's a good strategy, I think, to block Vec as much as you can to prevent them from coming up. It's not always possible to do. Sometimes you do end up getting a little just trapped, and that can also be a little challenging because yeah, I mean, you end up taking a lot of damage over time, but we can do something with this. So we'll prevent that damage, block him there, and then essentially we block 2 Vec from coming up this turn. For some reason, I've never really done repair unit. I've always tried to go for it on the attack, so it's a bit of a different mode to be playing sort of more defensively. So it's kind of good that they're attacking my guy, just because I can move him out of the way. But yeah, we have to be a little more careful with this because I would love, let's see the order. So the NPC action's 3rd. So I was thinking if I could kick him into the fire, that might work, but that won't go. So the best thing I think we can do is try to unblock our dude. Let's go this way. So he's free. I think we go here. Or I take this move here. That's 3. Yeah. And 1. That's it. Keep up the pressure. An essential thing to do during a strike too. And yeah, that's it. I think we won that. And yeah, our one pilot's been promoted, which is great, and you get that from destroying. Yeah, is that installed? Okay. So we've got one reactor core, which is kind of the same as the reactors from FTL, where you use it essentially to power up your stuff. And we do get other stuff eventually. So let's take a look through this. So this is Ralph Carlson. He's like the first pilot you get. I think he's standard default pilot. So we can go for extra health, and we can also remove it too. The movement is helpful. Better for something like this guy. The Titan Fist, we can power this up, and you can also get new items over here and bring them over. Dash, I've never really found that helpful, but the +2 damage really is good. You can do... what? You do 4 damage, I guess, which is pretty awesome. The tank is really zippy and really fast, though it's actually kind of the same speed as this guy. But going for more health, you can't go wrong with that at this point in the game. And the artillery mech really is just utility. I think this is one where you want to be able to upgrade its health, movement secondary, but the immune to buildings thing is very good. It allows you to have much more flexibility with your artillery. How an artillery shell doesn't affect a building, I don't know. Kind of weird. Another thing to mention is that there's a power grid. So if we lose our power grid, basically we lose the game. But right now, everything is kind of... it's kind of the same. The reactor grid, I don't really worry about too much. This could be an easy one to go for, so maybe I'll just go for that. Go easy on this first sojourn into this game. Ooh, we got a pod incoming. That's helpful. Okay. So let's do... that's not gonna work. We will take 1 damage, but it doesn't really bother me now because I have that extra bit of health. Thinking about it, I don't really like that first move that much anymore. I'm gonna reset that. Normally you kind of wait on your reset until there's like a really, important turn or something, but yeah, I think we can do that better. Gotta think about this one. So taking down the health guy is not that big of a priority. The bigger priority is really trying to get the effect to be blocked and getting someone to the time pod. So, okay. Let's do... I think this is what I initially had planned, but then I wouldn't be able to actually attack that guy. Hmm. Okay, we will do actually the move I did before. Which makes it kind of silly that I used my turn reset on that. So we got the time pod, which is great. And we'll shoot a mountain, whatever. So we will take an extra damage, but we still have 3 health for our big mech, which is basically the standard, like the default health anyway. Essentially this guy's doomed himself, which is fine. He as well. Also doom. He too doom. So we're basically just blocking everyone at this point. He will start taking a bit more damage, that guy. But I think with the artillery mech, what we do is we just stay agile and we knock whoever comes out of here into the water, unless it's a flying unit. So the second objective I will not meet because I realize now we will take 4 damage. That's fine. Which is whatever, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Kind of like doing this. So who needs an upgrade? It's 19. It does 1 damage, so I kind of like doing this where you like take it. This works, yeah, that works. And then you like line up the shot. Kind of like that. I could just protect my guy from being in the water and getting waterlogged. So yeah, we're gonna end up with a little less corporate reputation than we probably should have, but whatever. We get a time pod, and this is like a little gachapon-y. Get to open it up, see what we get. Sometimes it's a pilot. Cool. No skills, a little bit of experience, and we get a reactor core, which is nice. I don't think I get to put... No, I do get to put pilots in. Requires 2 power. Mech can act twice if it does not move. Interesting. Leda has no special ability, but the double shot requires 2 reactor cores, so they have a little bit more experience. It might be worth it to keep it like this and then do it like that. Sorry, Nadia. In terms of installing reactor cores, I always uncertain about installing. It feels more impactful in this game versus other games where, or an FTL where kind of like the reactor is just kind of there. So normally I would try to block this and put this person over here, but you can kind of see that the amount of damage that they're able to do is pretty intense. So what I could do is go forward, yeah, and shoot that. We can go forward and do 1 damage. But we can't really block this guy from attacking then. Because if we move him here, down, and then across, this shot will basically get to Alright, it shoots 2 directions at once as well, so that makes it more challenging. The other option is just kind of to avoid him in general. And focus on trying to get this guy at least not to attack. Cause yeah, that's a massive amount of damage. Okay, well, let's go for that then. So that's safe for now. We will try to get more, just better situated. This at least we can do 1 damage to. Everybody's safe right now. We will have 1 more Vec to fight. It's health Vec, it's not great. Perfectly fine that they're attacking that way. What is good is I think... No, I can't do that this turn, that's fine. It's always awesome if you can get these people to... these Vec to fight each other. Get them to do that damage to themselves. But in this case, that's not going to be possible this turn. So I will just knock him down there. We'll do a block. In terms of damage, we can take 1, but I think attacking... Oh, yeah, we can save ourselves some damage. This will kill him. I kind of wish he was attacking first, so he'd do at least 1 damage, but that's fine. Sometimes the Vec might as well be on our side. And so it's essentially just doing the same thing this turn as we did in the last turn, which is just knock him down there. I could move, let that Vec out. That would be, nope, that's a bad move. We can still block 1 Vec, but that means pushing him in the way. So it might just be more prudent just to block. It's hard because basically 1 hit from this guy will destroy any of my units. He's 1 tile up, so I don't think there's a way to really get him blocking that other Vec. So it might just be that we get 1 reputation with this one. Just because we can sort of protect ourselves from... Again, all I can do is kind of shoot him upward, which is not helpful. I go over here and shoot him down, but then we get destroyed, so... Let's move 1 up. Because yeah, I don't think we'll be able to do that much damage in 1 turn, which is fine. Okay. So, I mean, not the best result in terms of this fight, but whatever. I could essentially do 2 damage. I mean, why not? Let's do a little bit extra damage to it, showing we mean business. But essentially everything is safe, and we're gonna get that extra corporate reputation thing or whatever. So with the abomination still alive, the Vec remains a serious threat to region. I hope you will find more success on other islands. Okay. Never mind, I saved your whole island without anyone dying. No big deal. So there's a teleporter weapon, which is interesting, but I don't think we can actually use it. And we can buy 2 reactor cores, so that is what we will do. And let's kind of look around. So we could install 2 reactors on him to essentially give us dash ability, +1 move. We can install 1 here to give extra health, which could be helpful, and install 1 here to get buildings immune, and I think that's what I will do. So extra health, immune buildings, and we're kind of pretty powered up. So we've unlocked the RST Corporation. We can postpone the discussion on where you got this advanced weaponry from until after you use it. I'm not a time traveler, you're a time traveler. So when you have 3 things available to win, those are more challenging scenarios. You can see up here, this is like the population. I think we've saved 2,500 people from the previous island that we were on. We can go for this. You can kind of see the scenario a little bit. These Vec charge. So they essentially just like run at things and ram things, so not fun. Let's give this a go. So I think our goal will be to kind of get ahead of the train. Not great, but okay. Yeah, these guys have a lot of health. One thing that is helpful is there's 1 unit you get from a different town, different island, that will flip an enemy unit in an opposite direction, which will send this guy charging the other way, which is pretty cool, but it's not an option we have here. Okay, so I think the play will be shoot this guy with the tank, knock this guy into the water, push this guy down, so he go hit wall. It would have been good to block some of the Vec, but I don't think that's going to be possible to do. But we can kill that 1 Vec. Not bad. Not great. I have a feeling this will be a challenging fight for sure. So essentially that Vec make people explode. I think that's what that Vec does. So that's not good. So when they explode, they will deal 1 damage to adjacent tiles. It's funny when you kind of look and you're like, okay, so how do I do this? It seems impossible. And then it kind of just comes to you in your head. You're like, oh, okay, so that's how we do it. Let's give this a go. Prefer to have fewer offensive Vec around versus the ones that provide passive bonuses. Like the passive bonus ones better meant in the building. The passive ones don't really bother me that much. So yeah. This is not a difficult one. I think this will be totally fine. And in fact, ooh, watery grave. I'm fairly certain that this guy, yeah, it's just gonna run into the water. So, you know, that's cool. So do 1 damage there, 1 damage there, and he'll go into the water. Like an idiot. And essentially we won that one. That was perfect. The supplies made it through and are on the way to the people of my cities. Thank you. Cool. Oh, nice. Cool. And we got ourselves a new reactor, which is great. And this guy has a passive reactor too. So the cool thing is we can do double shot with this guy now. So he can move 1. So what might be cool actually is if we switch these 2 around. Have 1 reactor core, and this guy has 1 already. So we could take away buildings immune and put on double shot, which means we can shoot twice if we don't move in a turn. Pretty cool. And if we install 1 on this, it doesn't really do much. He can move more, so we don't actually have to do this. Buildings immune could still be helpful. But maybe we'll give it to Ralph, and we'll give him the extra move. Just because I think. Do not kill the volatile Vec. Protect the whole plant. Okay. These volatile Vec are living bombs. Do not kill it. Drive it away before it turns the region into a crater. I think that's the volatile Vec. So I think I need to knock it into the water. I think. Should be fairly easy. Don't let the volatile Vec die. So if I knock it into the water, it dies. And that's like... How the hell am I supposed to protect that thing from dying? Essentially, that's the only way. I just have to prevent it from attacking. Just have to what? Like, make sure it stays kind of in a corner or something? Okay. I find in this game that water kind of is your best friend. Actually, we can do this. So we can end the turn there. We'll just keep that one Vec alive, I guess. I can just punch it and do some damage to it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm taking damage already. How much damage does this guy do? He does 1 damage. That's fine. So if I punch him here, he will take 2 damage plus 1 damage, 3 damage. And essentially I'd have to trick him, and I'd have to just keep knocking him away with the artillery without doing 1 more damage to him, which I can do. So do like this. And we just, as much as possible, keep the Vec from coming back. Silica can move. Oh, I can actually attack again, which is cool. I could kill that one, but that doesn't do anything. Interesting. I will not move then. The main thing about the environmental factors in the game is that essentially in the different islands you get different like kind of abilities from the things around you. So for instance, there's a dust cloud you can see on the bottom corner, and if you knock someone into it, it takes away their ability to attack that turn. So that's cool. I mean, I think essentially this turn we end up taking kind of our lumps a little bit. Yeah, I don't think we need to kill the Vec. Okay. We can take these 2 hits and we'd be totally fine. It's like whatever. But you know, we can get him essentially 1 more. Attack that, we get pushed, we go back. We can essentially get Ralph 1 more thing of XP. And since he gets 2 XP extra per kill, he'll level up a lot faster. Okay. Kill at least 5 enemies, defend the earth mover, protect the coal plant. Okay, so whenever you see purple enemies, you get scared because essentially they're more advanced versions of regular enemies. Fortunately, there's no, what's it called in this map either? There's no water. So it's going to be harder to knock these enemies out the way. That's 3 damage, which is pretty heavy. These little bugs, they only have 2 health, so yeah, we can take them out in 1 shot. And right now, one of them is essentially just attacking, my tank, which is fine. The Earth Mover, I don't think actually does anything. It just turns chasms into normal ground. Oh, so it does act like water, so we can push people into it. Which is good to know. It's not exactly riveting when having to sit here and think. But there's always like the perfect play in this game. Like that does exist. It's just what is the question right now. One, two. Yeah, this could work. Guess that's 1 damage. Off. And I mean, I could do the 1 extra damage there, but then that leaves this vulnerable. So we will take quite a bit of damage for our mech, and that could serve against us. Let's hope not. So if I push this guy down, he'll block. He won't be able to block because he'll be dead. Reactor will get destroyed. He will destroy this guy though, so that'll protect that. We need to block here to protect that. But then someone also needs to take down him, which the tank can do. But my little mechy dude might have to go sit and repair. which won't work because if he's there and I use the artillery, he will get knocked into it. Other option would be to shoot him down. He'll destroy him. He'll destroy that. Artillery can come down here, put him to the chasm, and he can take some lumps maybe. Let's give that a go. It's counterintuitive, but I don't actually want to. Okay. Yeah, it's weird because you kind of, in these kind of games, you're kind of thinking, hey, we need to attack every turn. Like, that's what needs to happen, basically. But, you know, sometimes the best move is to not attack. Okay. Kind of wish I hadn't actually moved the artillery yet. But maybe that'll serve for the next turn. Because I could have moved the artillery over one of those vac holes. That's okay. I mean, we're dealing with some pretty silly Vec here. Like, he's just gonna run into a mountain, basically, so... It's no... Oh, nice. It's no sweat off my back if he wants to run to a mountain. I mean, I could knock him into him, but that doesn't do anything, so... Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised that one worked out. I thought that was gonna go worse. So we have a fully powered grid. Nice. And as you saw, the +3 grid defense is great. And basically it means that 18% of the time buildings will avoid taking damage if they do get attacked. Okay, we will go here. It doesn't make any sense to go for the harder missions where we can get one grid defense back. It doesn't make any sense because we already have a full grid, so that's we're good. Okay, so the play will be here. Actually, before I do that, I always do that. I just go for like the full play. I just, okay, here. Actually think about this a little bit. Because what I could do is I could go down here A little bit of patience. A little bit more thinking. You know, serves the day. So essentially we're dealing with one enemy at this point, which makes this a very easy map to deal with. So I think the attack order, so one is environment, so he's essentially dead. I don't think knocking it, I think knocking it will knock him off, I wonder. Yeah, so that's, I mean, I could have done, well, it's so much XP to try to upgrade your guys at this point. Sometimes you're kind of better off just not, you know. Okay. Excited to see what's in the time pod. It's always nice to have that in games where you get like a random loot. I like it. Has nice little animation too. Hey, Archimedes. Requires 1 power, move again after shooting. Interesting. I've never seen Archimedes before, so that's entirely a new person to me. So let's look up who could do with a reactor. I think this would be a good one. Buildings immune is helpful. And we're dealing with a disgusting slime monster who I hate. And essentially the issue with the slime thing is that it is a massive enemy, which means that it cannot be affected by water. See, again, that doesn't work because punch. Okay, I can punch him there and then shoot down, so that works. The issue with the slime is that once you blow it up, 2 more pop up with, I think, 2 health this time. And then 2 more spawn out of that, and it's essentially like facing a, you know, like typical slime in a video game type of thing. And I think what it does is it kind of just subsumes things. I think that's essentially what it does. So anyway, not a huge threat. TBH. So what I will do is I will do this. Puncha puncha. I wish I hadn't moved that again, but that's okay. Heal block that. And we'll take 1 damage and get 2 more slimes out of that. The only issue is now there's 4 of them. Kind of wish I wasn't taking that extra damage there, but that's okay. See how it goes. Yeah, it's a lot easier to deal with these things if they're attacking us versus buildings. If they're attacking buildings, that's a problem. If they're just attacking us, it's whatever, essentially. Okay. I don't see a major issue here. So 5 goos have been destroyed. We have 1 Vex spawning. We just have to survive one more turn. I mean, they'll just destroy themselves at this point, so... Pretty sure I don't actually have to do anything. Could still make their weird explosion fight faster, so... okay, let's just repair. Maybe repair is only available on, like, easy mode? Which I'm reminded that this is easy mode, so that's probably why this is a lot easier than most maps, but whatever. And the good thing is that because of the way this map ran, essentially we got perfect island. Oh my god. So now she's happy. That's how she looks like when she's happy. We get all this stuff. Oh no, we get one reward. Ooh, so we could get a light tank, which is kind of cool. We can get a new pilot, Lily Reed, or +2 grid defense. I'll go for the pilot just so we can have more stuff. Shrapnel cannon, that looks kind of cool. But it looks like it only has one use per battle, so that's not that great. Buildings gain a shield after taking damage. Interesting. So I heal when I deal a killing blow. I will give my reactors to our tank, so we can do a little bit more damage. So essentially what you can do, like anytime, is you can go to the final stand after you've done 2 islands. Sometimes it is better to do that because when you go, if you're at like full power, full grid defense, you can essentially just go and do the fight with what you have, and it can be a little easier than going through these 2 missions where it will get harder and harder as you go. Because I'm not trying very hard, I could just give it a go and see what happens. Why not? Essentially what it is for these fights is you just have to survive. And yeah, you have to protect these pylons, which kind of sucks because a lot of them are kind of in the enemy territory, so... So let's see. Okay, so this guy will do only 1 damage, surprisingly, but I can knock him up. So he'll do attack there and block. This I can do 2 damage to now, so that seems like... Ooh, what the heck? Oh my, I found the console. Hello. Please let me win. God mode. Okay. Back to the game. We'll do that and block. And we will go and... trying to think about what's best here, actually, because we can go this way and we can block 1 more, which is totally cool. And still manage to kill everybody. Better. Because we will take 1 damage, I think. but he will die. Yeah, not the best, but I'm getting tired. Can't remember exactly what that does. I know it's not good. Okay. Let's see what this does. Flying, okay. Scion Tyrant will do 1 damage to all friendly units every turn. Okay, that's not good. I think it's kind of essential at this point to free my mech buddy. This is okay too. Yeah, that's good. So after this turn, I think we're done for this first part of the fight. It's annoying. Yeah, this is annoying. Essentially, the second part of the fight is we go kind of underground, and we end up yeah, that's perfect. End up going underground, and the fight continues under there. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I can repair my... No, I can't repair. Oh, I can shoot twice, right? I forgot. I mean, I could just destroy this thing. Why not? Yeah, we go underground, but essentially what kind of is a little upsetting about this game is that when you do win, you still lose. Like, you don't end up, you don't end up saving the whole world. You save this timeline, essentially. But then you have to, like, you're basically like, okay, it's time to move on to the next timeline. So you did good, but then, you know, there's more good to still do. It's a kind of a weird never-ending fight, you know? So... And I believe a giant bomb comes down at some point. Yeah, Renfield bomb. So protect that at all costs. Also protect the everything else too. Killing that big boy over here would be very helpful. But as you can see, there's a lot of different targets right now. Caverns. I don't know if the caverns actually kill like 100%. If they do, that's helpful. I don't know if they do or not. That's the trouble. So we can move our guy down here, shoot 3 damage, that will kill it. We can come down... Essentially this Firefly Leader I think does, yeah, 4 damage, so that will kill. That'll do a lot of damage. I mean, we do have a lot of reactor strength. So if we end up losing one thing from the grid, it's not that big of a deal. It's looking a little hard to protect everything right now. I'm sure there's a way to do it, I'm just not seeing it right now. If this destroys everything, the environmental damage, that will protect us. That will do a lot. So I'm gonna go for that, and we will see how much damage we take in this fight. I think it has skull and crossbones, so I'm assuming that means dead. So, okay, that's great. I remember playing this game a long time ago, and this, again, this is easy mode, so this is why it's probably very simple at this point. But I do remember playing this game early on, and just like getting to this moment and then just being like, oh my god, like just blood pounding, you know, like how intense it is. I would like to get rid of this guy. And I think it is possible for me to do. Or maybe not, actually. Okay, we'll try to keep this play realistic. We'll do a little bit of damage there. And I will get rid of this little guy because he's a distraction. Unfortunately, I think this means we still will get 2 more Vex spawning in. Not a big deal. 2 is fine. 3 would have been bad. And they're both normal, regular level guys, so that's okay. This seems fairly straightforward. He's out of that danger zone. Give him a little punch. And knock this guy into lava. And we have 2 Vex spawning in, but that's kind of it. I don't see a way to lose at this point. So that's nice. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. You. I don't know, we can just chill out here, I guess. I mean, we'll take 1 damage as a whole from everybody because of this little guy, but that's fine. Actions available. I mean, I can. Everyone's perfect health, which is kind of crazy, but we will just. Okay, that's it. 1 damage isn't a big deal. Oh, that's kind of annoying. But I guess I could have pushed the Renfield bomb out of the way. Yeah. Woo, 1. Goodbye. Whoa. It's a lot brighter than I remember it being. So yeah, that's a game 1. Yay! That took a while. Maybe I should be playing this game instead of FTL. Maybe I should have started here. I think we saved basically everybody. Like no one took any. There's no lives lost. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And yeah, we got like a whole bunch of like pilots and stuff. So, but we get to choose who we want to go forward with too, which is an interesting thing that we get to do. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, it's really interesting. I mean, he's got his max level, so we could stick with Magnus for now, or Ralph Carlson for now, and then go for someone else later. I don't know how many. We got 6 coins. I think mostly from getting a few different achievements here or there. And yeah, I mean, we can see what that can get us. We can get full secret squad. Machine and Vec. Interesting. Let's go through this and then I'll quit. So yeah, this is your standard one. Zenith Guard. The Detritus Beam technology and Pinnacle Shield technology create a powerful combination. Steel Judoka. These mechs specialize in positional manipulation and turning Vec against one another. I like that group. Rusting Hulks, RST weather manipulators allow mechs to take advantage of smoke storms everywhere. Blitzkrieg, RST engineers designed this squad around mass destruction capabilities of harnessed lightning. I do like that squad. Flame Behemoths, invincible to flames. These mechs aim to burn any threat to ashes. And last time I played, there was not a page 2, so this is pretty cool. Frozen Titans. These Titans rely on Cryo Launcher, a powerful weapon that takes experienced pilot to master. Bomber mechs. With a small army of remote explosive and flexible weapons, the tactical options are endless. Mist Eaters. Airborne particles provide the materials necessary for nanobots to repair these mechs. Cataclysm. Armed with RC earth-shattering technology, these mechs can turn very land against foes. Hazardous mechs has particular damage output but rely on nanobots feeding off of dead Vec to stay alive. That sounds tough. Arachnophiles. Research has shown that the remains of defeated Vec can be used to power smaller but no less deadly mechs. Or heat sinkers. Advancement in heat transferal technology allow these mechs to absorb fire to power their weapons. Interesting. There's also the secret squad. I think, as much as I like the sound of these new squads, these all seem a little, I don't know, complicated to use. I think I'll stick with like getting Blitzkrieg. I really like Blitzkrieg a lot, especially the Boulder mech. The Boulder mech I think is one of my favorite things to use, mostly because you can shoot a boulder and it lands on the ground and it goes in front of the other, goes in front of the attacks. And then yeah, the lightning, you can arc your lightning through different units and stuff. You can also chain through buildings. Hook mech also is really helpful in hooking people into the water. So yeah, great game. Really recommend playing. I love that I won finally at something. So that's something. Anyway, tomorrow we are not going to be at 2180. But we will be back Friday. So if you want to come down, talk about how the Strike Force and how it's doing in Into the Breach, that'd be great. You can check us out online, TVO CMG. The link is in the description of this video. You can donate to our strike fund, which helps out our vulnerable workers who need a little extra help with funds for housing, food, all that sort of stuff. You can write a letter to your MPP, tell them about what TVO needs, which is a fair contract, fair wages, respect. That'd be nice. You can come down to the picket at 2180 on Friday. We will be there. I will be there. You can tell your friends and family that TVO's on strike and that we'd like to not be on strike. That would be nice. And that's it. So thanks for joining in. And I'm glad that I was able to finally actually win at something. So good night and good luck at sleeping.